I like
Good,
it.
isn't it?
It's when it first came out. Jeez, what's that noise?
One nice.
Sorry, it sounded like you had a load of fucking ice cubes in a blender or something.
No.
Now, when I first seen the ads for it, it appealed to me because obviously it looks like Lord of the Rings and what have you. But it's very hard for me to get into TV series. I tend not to watch a lot of series. Well, that's a lie. I watch a lot of series now that I have Netflix and all that.
Yeah.
Before Netflix and before Sky Planet came along, I found it very hard to stick to a regime of watching a certain show every week. So I sort of avoided shows like that. But then I kind of regretted it because it looked really, really good. But then, after the fourth season, people were like, it's gone shy. So then I kind of didn't think about it anymore. But now that it's been, what is it now, 3, 4 seasons?
We're in
Four
the fourth.
seasons. When something goes to 3 and 4 seasons, I start to think, hold on a minute, it can't be that bad.
Yeah,
So,
people are
somebody
watching
knows
it and
still
they're
watching
doing it.
Exactly. So I'm about, I'd say I'm 4 episodes in, at least.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not much. And I'm really, really liking it.
You like it? Good. I was just, because I started reading the books.
I seen you talking about that, yeah.
The books are, Jesus, they're amazing. They're easily some of the best books I've ever read.
Really?
Yeah, they beat out Lord of the Rings, without question.
I know what you mean, yeah. On the surface of it, the show, there's parts to it that don't fucking appeal to me. Like some of the drama in it, it's very kind of American soap opera type stuff, and I could do without all the sex. I just think it's shoehorned in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
definitely.
we forgot to have a sex scene in the last 10 minutes. Here's one.
It gets better later on in the run of the series. There's less, it's still there, but there's in the episode I was watching earlier today. There was one semi-sex scene, but it was two people having a conversation in the background that was happening. So it wasn't it wasn't the focus, and it wasn't actually a sex. It was technically a rape, but it wasn't actually a sex. Technically,
It wasn't technically a sex scene because it was rape.
So,
I love it. Alright. So, yeah.
But they do add more of the sex stuff into the show that's in the book. So far in the book, there hasn't been any direct references to sex. There was one, but they just they talk about the person that's talking about the build up to it, and then right when it's about to start, it goes to the next chapter, and they don't actually talk about the sex.
Yeah.
So it's not as crass, but I've heard it gets a bit more raunchy later on.
Right, yeah. There was a scene last night where this guy was giving it to this other girl. I don't even know what her name is. I think she might have been just a hooker, and he was just some pretty boy with kind of mousy, kind of blondie brown hair. But anyway, he was giving it to her, and then he finished, and he pulled out, and he had this floppy hanging down, And Donna was like, "Oh, a penis on TV," Where I'm sitting there going,
That wouldn't happen.
if it's floppy, what the fuck was he banging it with?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
Literally, a half a second went by, and the thing is hanging down between his knees.
You have that, between his knees. Jesus Christ, good lad.
No, not quite.
Yeah, because you always have that, 5 to 10 minute after boner. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it varies from guy to guy, I suppose, but I've never seen it disappear within seconds like that.
No, not at all. Unless he wasn't really into it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just coming her.
What it also made me think of was it sort of took me out of the moment and made me think about the actors involved.
Yeah.
And I was thinking he's had to been slapping his willy against her arse for the last 30 seconds. Normally, when you see softcore, fake sex on TV, there's something between them. There's a bit of cloth or a pillow or something. Or they're wearing, skin tone underwear.
Yeah, the crotch patch.
It's in the dark or it's in...
Snatch patch, that's what it's called. Sorry.
What's it called?
A snatch patch.
A snatch patch. Yeah. That sounds about right. So in this case, I was thinking, right, there was nothing between them, from what I can tell, unless she was wearing something on the back there. Yeah, and he's had to be flapping his wheelie against her, which, as an actor, I'd find that very hard.
Yeah, that's something like. Imagine that. Imagine walking in. All right, nice to meet you. I'm whatever. I'm gonna be slapping you on the arse of my cock for an hour.
Yeah.
Let's hope it only takes 2 takes.
Yeah, because literally you're only going to get 2 takes out of me before it's not a slap anymore. It's a thump.
Or I'm gonna go hard and accidentally insert.
Oh, whoops. Method acting, darling. Method acting.
The darling is very unsettling, to be honest. So, there was a point to me asking you about Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I forgot what it was, so fuck it.
I'm trying to think why it would have come up, because I don't think I've mentioned Game of Thrones recently, have we?
No.
Oh, we did
no,
in your comment on Facebook.
Yeah.
We said who fucking Joffrey is that his name? Joffrey Wankbite.
Yeah. But now I know what it is. There's kind of a controversy going on right now.
Yeah.
Mini controversy, because they showed something in the show that hasn't been shown in the books,
Oh wow.
and it happened in the last episode. It's the one I watched today, and I said I wasn't going to watch the show anymore until I finished reading the books, and then I'd rewatch the show.
Yeah.
But I like the show, and I like the books because they're so different. Well, they're different and very true to the books, but also very different. If that makes sense, do you know what I mean?
No, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, the different mediums. It's interesting to
Yeah.
see the story told in 2 different mediums. So I am going to stick with the show. So I do think the show is still really good. But so people are complaining and saying, why did they show us something that hasn't been in the books yet? It's going to book up the timeline and all that stuff.
Mm.
Your man who writes the
Oh,
books,
so it will eventually happen in the later books. Like this has happened in the books, but where the TV show is, it's not up. It's not caught up.
no, it hasn't. It hasn't happened in the books at all.
Well, then how do we know that it's going to happen in the books?
See, they're very true to the books, and your man who wrote the books is very hands-on with the show, as in, he'll give them notes and things like that.
Okay.
But, and apparently they know who's going to be sitting on the Iron Throne at the very end of the whole thing.
I'm
He's
with you.
told them that, in
Yeah.
case they get ahead of the books, because he's notorious for taking fucking years to write books.
Right.
2011 was the last one, but before that was 2006.
Right.
And they said it won't be out before the end of 2015. They're going to be on season 5, which will be book 4. The show is going to finish before the books do, so it's just a case of how are they going to tell that story. But I'm assuming there's a reason for them showing what they showed, and that it will be revealed in the books. But it's interesting to try and figure out what's actually happening. There's no talking. They just show you something, and it's really interesting. So yeah, that's just the controversy, and it's also a controversy about they turned what was originally a consensual sex scene into a rape scene in
Okay.
the episode, and people are complaining about that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
By the way, I'm still watching Game of Thrones. I'm like nearly finished the third season, I think.
yeah.
Class.
Oh, you're nearly finished the 3rd season.
Nearly, yeah.
What happened? What was the last thing that happened? That made it
Some of the most recent things to happen are Jon Snow and his new pals have just climbed over the wall.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who was strapped to that X for like ages got his dick cut off.
Yeah.
I think they didn't show it, and we haven't
Maybe
seen
they
it
did,
since,
yeah.
so I assume it's cut off.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Jamie and that giant woman are heading off somewhere together now. He just saved her from a bear.
It's a bit of sexual tension there as well.
There is a bit of sexual tension there. Yeah, be interesting to see if it ever comes to fruition. What will be more of a man than he is at the moment.
Anything else?
Nothing else going on. Oh yeah, Arya, the little girl, she's been hanging around with some pirates, some guy who can keep coming back from the dead like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So how many episodes would you say you have left? 2 or 3?
About that, yeah. I'd say we're on about episode 7. There's about 10 episodes in the season, isn't there?
Roughly that, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably 3 episodes left. I'm assuming something big is coming.
Have you seen any spoilers?
Well, it's possible I did like a year ago or something like that, but I don't remember anything.
Okay, grand.
I have one. I have one spoiler. I was looking up. This is where I went fucking wrong. I shouldn't have done this. I was looking up about like the land. What do we know about the world that this story takes place in? Because I was curious about it. Are there other continents? Why does winter last for different periods? Is it because it has an elliptical orbit around two suns or something like this? I don't know, right? While I was looking for stuff like that, and I did find stuff like that, I also stumbled across something else about the Red Wedding.
Oh no.
No, I know. No, don't say anything, but I know. What's his face? The midget gets poisoned. I don't know whether it kills him or what. Don't say anything. But I was kind of saying that bollocks. Yeah, I think it's the midget.
No, he doesn't get poisoned. Tyrion?
Just Tywin.
Tywin is Tyrion is the midget's dad.
Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him. What's the midget's name?
Tyrion.
Oh, maybe it was Tywin I read. Right,
Okay, so that's all you know about the Red Wedding then, is it?
Just his dad gets poisoned.
That's all you know about the Red Wedding.
That's literally all I know. Another thing I know about it is it's loosely based on some actual wedding that took place in Scottish history or something like that, which was a big deal.
I want you to do me a massive favour. Do not look at any history. Do not look at anything Game of Thrones related until you finish season 3.
Yeah, which I imagine will be tonight.
When you get to the moment, and you'll know what I mean by the moment, I want you to send me a message to someone up your feelings.
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
You're
in for some emotional viewing tonight, mate. I tell you that much. Yeah. Enjoy.
I'll need me hankies, will
I don't think you'll even be able to shed the tears. Your mouth is just going to be on the fucking floor. To be honest, because that's how I was when I was watching. I was just sitting there like.
Yeah. It's been a fairly rough season, in fairness. This is the season. I'm pretty sure this season Jamie lost his hand.
Yes, yeah.
And that head the ball lost his dick.
It just keeps getting worse. Really, like it never improves. The worst moment in the series is Ned Stark dying. Until what you're going to see later on tonight. And then,
actually, that's the first time I've ever been sad that fucking Sean Bean died. I've never felt any kind of attachment to any of his characters in anything. Slightly Boromir in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But only on reflection, not when I watched it the first time. But now when I watch Lord of the Rings back, I do feel, Jesus, he had a heart of gold in the end.
And after reading the books and kind of hearing seeing his thoughts and his love for his children and all that, like, it just kills you. I just wish he was still alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so watch it. Tell me what you think.
Will do.
Alright, I'm going to head off because
it's
20 to 11 and I have to go see the wife. She's waiting.
Ooh.
Well, no, not well. Maybe. No. See how I feel. Anyway, thanks for watching another episode of Mattie and Liamo, whatever that was. Talking sense. And we'll see you tomorrow. Or whenever this video. Yeah, bye.